The final review is going to be on Transformers-1 Studio Series Deluxe Elita-1. So stay tuned. Rodimusbill here. And today we're going to do a review on Elita-1 Transformers Studio Series Deluxe figure. So, more than meets the eye, robot to motorcycle, 25 steps, it's 8+. There's that nice plastic package. And notice I love how these boxes are a lot stiffer than they used to be. Elita-1 in robot mode. It is deluxe class. And there is 25 steps. Elita-1 is a team leader who gets the job done no matter the cost. There's UPC. More than meets the eye, authentic. And it says, I guess, recycle elements of the box. All right. So, as I had just gotten this figure, so we're going to literally open her up on camera. Now, I know the Studio Series, they got rid of the studio backdrops, which was, I kind of liked them. But another one where the step 1 directions is not take out of the box, which is kind of weird. So we've got a gun and a jetpack. We put her on her, and then we got a gun in her hand. So she's got a couple accessories. And then you go straight into transforming her into the motorcycle. And she keeps the, the gun in robot mode. And here is the jetpack attached to the back of the motorcycle. All right, so we'll do this one step at a time. First, we're going to look at the weapon. All right, pretty cool gun. It's made of 2 different colors. You got that silver and the darker color. The 5mm port does rotate or move, swivels back and forth. And then I'd assume that the jetpack alone is going to be in here. I love these Autobot bags, but all right, yep, and it's literally just the backpack. And does this kind of looks like it folds out, but we'll deal with that later. And here's Elita-1, or Ariel, as she's known in War Dawn. Orion Pax's girlfriend, before Megatron damaged her enough where Alpha Trion has to rebuild her. So she's connected at the feet. All right, I haven't gotten a Studio Series movie figure in a long time. All right, off the just first impressions, not bad. She's got a very small backpack, not too bad. The arms, is that true with the arms like that? Yeah, she's got these, a lot of kibble on the arms, but look at that head sculpt, pretty cool. The blue eyes, the pink head, and the silver. Then you go down, she's got a female Autobot chest. Not as prominent as some of the other female robots we've had. Go down the waist, the legs, so she's like silver, this brownish black color, and the purplish pink. Not bad. Boy, she's got big knees. All in all, typical movie figure. Kind of like between a Bayverse and G1. All right, let's see. Articulation. The head does do 360 degrees, and it does move. Plenty of movement. See, the arm does a whole 360 degrees. It doesn't go out that far. 90 degrees elbow. And then you do have the elbow swivel. Waist is pretty good. 360 degrees on the arm. Everything's good on the arm. No wrist articulation. It's all one. Feet. She kicks up like that. She kicks back like that. Not really doing the full split. You got a mushroom peg. Leg does more than 90 degrees. And the ankle well, it's on a ball joint, so she's got a little wiggle waggly on the ankle and the other foot or the leg, you know, thigh rotation. Not too bad. I mean, she's very thin and lanky. And let's see. We'll put the gun in her hand and her backpack. We've got two vertical slots. So we'll, why won't they snap in? What's the instruction booklet say? This is what happens. It should have been a 5mm port, you would think. She's very long and slender. There. And she doesn't like to stand up. All right. I'm going to result to my real quick. No, backpack, it just says you stick it on her back. All right. Oh, maybe it's upside down. Ah, we had it upside down. That way it fits. It should have been a 5mm port, not these two. All right. So, now that does stick out a lot. Let's see if we can stand her up before we do. Here we go. We got her standing up. All right, and that is Elita-1. Now let's do some comparisons. All right, now just for a few comparisons. First, we're going to bring out Studio Series Optimus Prime. Now this is the Deluxe. Okay, so those are the only ones I have from the Transformers 1. Here is Elita-1 from the Legacy line. Here is going to be Windblade from the Legacy line also. Couple fembots. Solus Prime. And we're going to bring little Bumblebee. Now, for some reason, he's the smallest Deluxe I've ever seen. And then we're going to bring in Commander Class Studio Series Optimus. So right now, those are all our comparisons. Most of my other ones are still boxed up, and I have no idea where they are. All right, now let's transform. Okay, now transformation's a little weird, but it's different. But first, we're going to take the gun, and then we're going to pull this down, rotate her head, and snap her head back. Come around to the back. We're going to take the jetpack off. All right. We're going to pull this down, extend this out once, and then extend this out again. And it gets stuck. There. All right. So we're going to lift this up for right now. So you got this down, the head's flipped around, rotated. Then you're going to come here and you're going to split the arms a little bit. Then we're going to get room to extend this half the wheel out. See how the wheel folds up in there? And then we're going to extend this wheel and snap that in. All right? So we're going to put these back up for now. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take this top section and spin this around. To me, this is a useless step, but I guess they had to justify the new Deluxe price. So come over here and flip this around. And then what you want to do is just set these up like that. And this extends out, and that will just sit like that for now. Okay? Now we'll go to the feet. What you want to do is close the heels up. Close the heels up. All right? And then take the knee. You want to fold this out and fold in the knee. Okay? We'll do the other side first. Fold this out. Fold in the knee. Then what you want to do is rotate the foot up. Rotate this foot up. Okay? And now what you can do is you compact the leg like that. Take the other leg. It's on a double joint, so you push it forward and push it back. Okay, now we're gonna put the feet together and the wheels together. So you got little tab there, you got 3 tabs there, and you got 3 slots. So we're gonna put the feet together like that and put that together. Okay? So now this is what you got. Now on the home stretch is you've got little tabs in here, okay, and you got little grooves on there, okay? So, and also you've got a tab there and it goes right in here. So you want to fold these in to get that tab from the arm into the side of the thigh. And then you want to shift this up to slide this in there. You want to get that in there and this in here. There we go. Okay, so that side's done. Now the other side. Oh, here's a better view. That tab in a slot right there. And then this goes inside. And like that. Cool. All right, so see, and these don't snap in, they just rest in there. But and then what you want to do, oh, it came undone again. There, it shouldn't stay together that good. All right, so those are in, these are in. So now what you want to do is, see, these tabs are in. Okay, so you got these 2 tabs right here are going to go in this slot. And then you got these 2 tabs here into these. So fold this down. So get this one in. See, that tabs in perfectly. We're going to tab this side in. You gotta rotate the waist. Let's see. There. Okay. And then this you just drop in. All right. So you got our head back there. You got this and this. These 2 tabs are supposed to go into here. So that's pushed in. So that's what the back looks like. This just sets in between these 2 wheels. They don't come together. So you got that side's in, that side's in. You got the leg in the thigh, or the arm in the thigh, and then you got those will kind of soft click into there if they do at all. But that is her vehicle mode. So they hold together right there, and they hold together here. And that is her vehicle mode. And the only thing about her is her head sticks like that. And you can see the bottom of the feet, but still. And then if you want to put this, you have this not quite round, but you got that rectangle thing, and it'll fit in the back, a 5mm port. And then you can take the jetpack, 2 tabs there now. And let's see. It might be better to put this on the back. So if you want, you can just tab that in. So if you want to store in robot mode, that's about it. I wonder if we can take this now and put it right here. No, we can't. All right, and that is she in car mode. All right, now just to finish up in car mode, also what you can do is the instructions have you putting this on the back. So you've got a 5mm point there. So what you want to do is I would put this up. So if you push your thumb up here, it won't go any further. So put your finger there and then try to push this in. Mine's not the greatest. It's supposed to. There. All right. And then you can drop this. And the instructions also have you doing the backpack like that. That's the official backpack. And you look at the instructions, see it as you're putting it there, which to me looks, I mean, the back looks a little better, but to me it looks goofy. But that is it. So we take this off so we can look at it. So she's a motorcycle without a rider. Really, I guess no handlebars or nothing. So with this one, they really took your liberties on it. So I guess this would be the seat. You have no handlebars unless you want to count these two right here. You got the big front wheel, which doesn't really spin that great. You got the two back wheels, which you don't put together. So really, she's a tricycle. And she doesn't really, see, the front tire is not spinning. So, and there's really not much you can do about it. But, all right, so let's see. You got some gray, you got the pink, you got some teal. All in all, pretty neat looking vehicle. I'm going to take this off. This looks goofy. Can you do something with this? This feels like, see, this is made out of two parts. It feels so much. Oh, you know what? I took that piece off. That's not good. Friction hinges. I guess you'll always hear me complaining about friction hinges because they're a pain in the neck. Once they pop off, they will never be tight like they were when they first came. All right. All right, so we're just going to put the motorcycle there. And then we're going to bring in our Optimus Prime Studio Series figure. Here, we'll just, whoa. All right, we'll just set up our new lights. So we got these two guys. And so remember, actually, these are both Studio Series, not the main toy line. Then we'll bring in the other Elita-1 from Legacy. This one wasn't bad. I mean, look at the hood. This is supposed to be your head on top. But at least the proportions were pretty good. I know Elita-1 was the first one. I don't know why they didn't just do Elita-1 in the movie instead of RC. But there's Elita-1. We'll bring in our Soulless Prime, our first female Prime. And now that definitely looks like a kind of like Earth vehicle. It's got a windshield on it. So, let's see. We've got the Windblade. Now more of an Earth jet, but that's one. Oops, stick that little foot down there. There we go. So there's Windblade for you. Then we got a little Bumblebee Studio Series 86B. And we've got our Commander Class Optimus Prime. So that's pretty good. Pretty good comparison. So we're just going to bring back our Transformers 1. So the movie, I liked it. It was a very good movie. I think the reason why it didn't do too good is the marketing. They had to market it toward a little kid's movie, and at some parts it wasn't. So it should have been more of an adult cartoon. But I digress, and that is it for our Elita-1 comparisons. So you got the gun, goes on the back, and you got this on that back right there, or on the seat. All right, and then we'll just do it right back there. And that is it for comparisons. Now, something that I always do, which most Transformers don't, reviewers, is I always reverse transform them. Because usually it's always easier to go from car mode to robot mode than robot mode to vehicle mode. I always start as package, so this gal was packed in robot mode, so we start in robot mode. Now we're going to go back to finish up the review. All right, so first, just bring this little up, and we're going to bring this up. While we're here, we're going to fold this in. And fold that in, and these two tabs are going to fit right in there, and the backpack's done. All right, so now the feet. So we got to unpeg right there. We're going to pull that arm out, and we're just going to peg this arm out. Okay, now the feet, We got unpeg from the wheel and from here. And we're just going to extend these down. Okay. And then do that double joint. Say for 1 and then 2. Flip the knee up. Fold the leg in. And then do the heel spur. So that's the whole leg. All right. So again, we want to fold this down. All right. And then up 1, extend it like that. Pull the leg down. They usually give you like a little tab on the end to stick your fingernail on to expose that. Don't forget to put out the knee and fold that. So now we're done with the arms, okay? Or the legs, sorry, the legs. So spread the arms just a little bit, fold the head down, and you want to fold these in half like that. That's one side folded in. And then the other side, if it doesn't fold in one way, turn the wheel around till it folds in the other way. Now, what I think happens is when you pull this down, you got these 2 tabs here. Now, I think in theory they're supposed to go in here, but they don't. See, right there. See, that one's in there, and that one's in there, and then turn the neck around. All right, and they're actually good. So now, don't forget these. Again, I don't know why these even turn around. I guess they ran out of stuff to spend money on. So, very lanky, very thin, and now RC is back to her robot mode. And very thin, very long-limbed. Look at those legs. And she doesn't stand up that good. Maybe if I get her like that. All right. And that is it for our RC. Stick the gun in her hand. She's back to normal. Oh, and let's do the backpack. Now, the backpack is able to fit other Transformer 1 figures. So, we're going to bring back our Studio Series, Optimus Prime. And now it has these 2 smaller ones for Elita-1. And then you've got these 2 big ones for Optimus. Now, I guess we'll do this and there. And it, yep. I mean, it barely fits. You got that little tab right there. But that is, so now Optimus Prime has the jetpack. So, and if I ever find my Sentinel Prime and Bumblebee, I'll show you. I'll do a quick video. But for right now, it is the backpack is accessible to any of the figures. And if you want to flip it out like that, I'm not really sure. Let's see. There. Yep. And we'll flip it here. I think that's actually how it goes. Am I right? Am I right? Let's check the directions and the backpack. Yes. So now Optimus Prime has his backpack thanks to Elita-1. All right, and it's still, like I said, little tabs, so they thought ahead of time what to do. And I guess that is it for Elita-1 Studio Series Transformers 1 figure. And they don't have, I wish they stop numbering these, which makes it, I mean, they're kind of special when you had a number. But there it is. You get the backpack back there, Elita-1. Right, so that's about it. So, you want to like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to help the channel out, I have a thanks button all set up, or in the description, you click on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can help support the channel. As some of you may or not know, like I mentioned before, I am one of the victims of Hurricane Helene over here in Florida. I was out of my house for 10 months while we rebuilt the house. And I lost all my bookshelves. All my Transformers now are thrown in totes. And I was able to find like Elita-1 and Windblade, and I just went through totes and I just randomly found figures. So eventually I'll get new bookcases and I'll put all my display shelves out in there. But for right now, I am doing what I can with the channel. All right, so like I said, if you want to help me, hit that super thanks button, a buck or two to help, the coffee and all that. So even if you just subscribe and watch my older stuff, I do Transformers, I do Transformer or DC figures, Marvel figures, new toy sightings, first movie reactions. I've done Fortnite, I've done Lego, I've done it all. Funko Pop. So like, subscribe, share the channel, and all right, till all are one. See you next time.